Hello, welcome to Something Delicious with me, Geeta, where I'm going to show you how to make yummy dishes quickly and easily with step-by-step directions. Today we'll be making an arugula salad with peaches, goat cheese, chopped candied nuts, and a yummy peach vinaigrette. The first step in making an arugula peach salad is to gather all your peaches, put it in a large bowl, and make sure you wash them. Peaches are in abundance now because it's the season. I got mine for a great bargain at Costco, my favorite store. So first we rinse them. Now we're going to put this on the towel. So after you've dried the peaches, I put it back in the dry bowl to help me organize myself here. This looks like a lot of peaches. 5 peaches are for the salad and 3 peaches are for the dressing. If this is too much for you, if you feel it's too peach heavy, feel free to cut back. Also, if you don't find good peaches, you could use nectarines. These are yellow peaches. You could also use white peaches. It's up to you, but I wouldn't substitute any other fruit besides peaches or nectarines. To help you in this process of cutting the peaches, it's helpful to have everything ready. So I have my cutting board. This is where I'm going to put my pits, and this is where I'm going to put my sliced peaches. When you're cutting peaches, you want the stem side down, so it makes it much easier for you to cut. So you're going to start out one side, then turn it clockwise, quarter turn clockwise, and then cut again. Quarter turn clockwise, cut again, and then quarter turn and cut again. And here you left with the pit. There's still quite a bit of meat on this peach, so I would not throw it out. Something for you to eat later on. So let me start off by getting these all cut. Once you have all your peaches cut from the pit, you're going to make some nice thin slices and just work your way down to the edge and then move them over. And do this until you've completed all of the sections. Next step is to chop your pecans. So I have done this recipe where I've made my own candied nuts, and it really wasn't worth the hassle. My favorite store, as I told you before, Costco. Costco has these delicious praline pecans, so tasty. You could use it for so many different things. I'm going to start chopping this up. You want 1.5 cups of chopped nuts. So I'm going to start doing that now. For chopping nuts, I've used things like nut choppers, really not very helpful, so I just do it by hand. I use a different knife for this because it gives me a little bit more precision. So first I cut them in half, which is not always easy. If you find this whole concept of chopping the nuts is too much, you could leave it whole. I just do it like this because it just looks prettier on the finished product, but I'll leave that up to you. Okay, next we're going to be making the dressing for this salad. Let me just get rid of some of these chopped nuts. So you want to get 3 nice juicy limes, and you see how this lime, the skin is I don't know if you could tell, but the skin is kind of thin. That's the kind of lime that's going to be the juiciest. If you have a lime that's kind of hard, you want to put it in the microwave for like less than 10 seconds, between 8 and 10 seconds, and then take it out. And always, always roll your limes back and forth a few times to let that juice release. So roll that lime between your palms for about 5 to 6 seconds, and then cut it in half. And one more lime. I'm going to just reach across here. Roll, roll, roll. I wish you could smell this. It smells great. So now we have our 3 limes. Okay, so to make the dressing, I use a NutriBullet, and as you can see from my NutriBullet jar, I use it quite often. It's pretty well worn out, but it still works great. So first, I'm going to take these limes and squeeze it with my lime juicer right into the container. So after you have the limes squeezed into your container, we're going to start putting all the ingredients. You're going to have half a cup of white balsamic vinegar. I use the Colavita brand. It's excellent. Then 1 cup of good tasting extra virgin olive oil. And by good tasting, what I mean is that it's if you were to put your finger and taste it, it doesn't taste heavy. I use the Kirkland brand. It's in a dark container, so it's well preserved and it's made in Italy. Half a cup of peach preserves. I just used the store brand. I got this at Vaughn's. 2 teaspoons of freshly ground black pepper. This, I really feel it's important that you do freshly ground and not black pepper that's already been ground up. 1 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. I got this at Costco also. And 2 teaspoons of salt. So before you start adding the balsamic vinegar and the oil and the other things for the salad dressing, you should chop up your fresh peaches. So for this recipe, you need 3 roughly chopped peaches. And that's really what gives it that delicious taste, where it tastes so fresh, because the peach preserves give you the sweetness, and the balsamic vinegar gives you that nice acidity along with the lime juice. But the fresh peaches are really what give it that fresh taste, and it feels like you are drinking the peaches along with eating the peaches in the salad. So I'm just going to cut these up and put it in here. And it's fine to leave the skin on. You don't have to worry about it. It gets really well mixed and blended. Once you add the peaches to your blender, you can add all of your ingredients for the dressing, including the balsamic white vinegar, the olive oil, the peach jam, the pepper, the crushed red pepper, and the salt. After you've made the dressing, as you can see, you get quite a bit. I just take one of these old jam jars. I think they're just so cute, and it's easy, especially if you're making the salad, you're going to a backyard barbecue, you're making it for a brunch, you're going out somewhere. It's just so easy to transfer. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this dressing into this container. Now, when I look at this, it looks a little bit thick. You can add a touch of water, like 2 tablespoons of water, and stir this up so that it's a little bit more thinner. And I think that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. And go ahead and shake that up really well. This is a lot of dressing. You could use this for another salad. You could make the peach salad again and just buy less peaches, but you do really get a lot of dressing. You could use this for so many different things, including on dishes if you're making chicken, if you're making other salads that don't include peach, but some other fruit, like you could do it with pears also. So you could use the salad for a variety of things. Now comes the fun part. You want to put this salad together. So the baby arugula from the grocery store, it's already pre-washed, rinsed, and dried. This is the easiest thing ever. So open it up and put it inside your salad bowl. After that, this is where you get really creative, because I'm a big believer in you eat with your eyes before you actually taste the food. So when the food looks really pretty, you really want to eat it. So I'm going to take some of these peaches that are sliced up like this and start decorating it by putting it in a circle all around the edge of the bowl. Now, you don't have to do it this way. If you have some other, way you want to do it, just feel free to do whatever it is that you feel comfortable with, or whatever design you'd like. I just love things in a circle, so this is what I'm doing. When I first tested this recipe, 5 peaches was what I used, but sometimes your peaches might be smaller, sometimes they might be bigger. No worries, just do another layer on top. Okay, now let me wash my hands. This is a 10-ounce brick of goat cheese. This recipe only calls for 8 ounces. If you feel like using all 10 ounces, go right ahead. If there's too much goat cheese, it feels too heavy, so I'm just gonna cut like 2 ounces off of this. There's no science to this. You're just kind of pinching off pieces and putting it throughout the salad. So I take this and I just keep making little balls and I put it in there. So the final touch to this salad is to take all of those chopped nuts and sprinkle it everywhere on this salad. So I brought this to picnics and to potlucks, and people just keep staring at the salad and saying it's just too pretty to toss because it just looks too nice. And that's it. So here you have it, all done. Here's your arugula, peach, goat cheese, and candied nut salad with peach vinaigrette. All of it comes together really quickly, and it's a very easy weeknight meal. If you want to go ahead and get some kind of protein like chicken, or I wouldn't put an egg with this, but you could totally put some grilled chicken on top of this and it'll taste really good too. Otherwise, this is just a great dish to take for backyard barbecues, potlucks, office parties. So enjoy. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit like. Thanks so much.